I turn back my body just to see proportions, is there, everything seems all right. So now I'm going to turn off the character now, and I'm going to use the head here to start using the Retopology tool to build the mesh. You know, because if I go to edit mode now, obviously I am using, just bear with me a second, let me just show you here. So if I actually apply this multi-resolution, I'm just going to apply so you can see now. Yeah, so if I go now to my edit mode, you can see, I mean, it's not too bad. It's not a lot of polygons, but it's not what I'm looking for now. I just wanted that as a, I could have added a lot more resolution here to get the final detail when I was sculpting. You can do that if you like, but I wanted only the basic shapes. So I just want to get the position of the eyes and the nose and the mouth, so I can then use that as a reference for building the head with the polygon tool. So let's just go back, just leave it like that. I don't need that now. So there are things, in order to start Retopology, I want to, if you haven't watched this video here, mine, it's called Retopology Head in Blender video 2. So I go through all sorts of retopologizing and the tools to retopologize this head. So I'll leave a link in the description below for you to check that out. The other thing is that I want you to show you is the mesh flow. Let's have a look. Yes, I wanted to show you the reason for retopologizing. So if I go to images here, I just put the mesh flow. What we're looking at is how the mesh can flow, it should flow when we are creating a character, especially if it's going to be animated. So we want to create all those circles here. So the way you build this mesh is, you know, it has to flow. Think about the position, what muscles it moves when we smile, when we close our eyes, yeah, when we open our mouths, and yeah. So this is what that's a good edge flow that we're gonna use. This is a kind of mesh we are trying to build here. Okay, so we don't want to, at the moment, for example, if with that one we have just a mesh like this and always square, because if these have got my eyes here, we're not going to be able to animate properly, and it's not going to flow. Okay, so okay, let's just do that. I'm going to start then by turning on, make sure I turn on some of my add-ons, which is in my other video. So I probably have it. So one is F2. It's already on for me. And so check yours. B surfaces. Yeah, it's already on. If it's not on, they should be in Blender already, so you don't need to download or install anything. And the other thing is loop tools. Loop tools is there as well. So turn them on, right? And once you turn them on, you're gonna have, I have a lot of other things here. You might have less tabs, but in edit here, for example, you have the B surface tool. The B surface tool, the one that we just turned on, when I use that, my what it means is you will be able to use annotation, the annotation tool, in order to create geometry. So we're gonna press initialize B-surface mesh. So it creates a mesh called B-surface mesh, as you can see. This is going to be the new thing that we're going to do on top. I want to press in front, and you will notice that we have to press in front somewhere else as well. And before we carry on, let me just go to modifiers. When I press this when I add this initialize, it creates a modifier called shrink modifier, which will allow us to snap the new geometry on top of the head. Okay, the target is the cube because I haven't renamed this. So if you don't have anything here, you get the eyedropper and just click the object that you want to snap to. And I think, and also the annotate tool turns on when I create this, when I initialize. There's more things that we can do. Let's have a look. Let's just try, let's start this. So with the annotate tool, you want to go, I want to make a circle, I mean some lines around the eye, like that. And try to not to put too much detail and keep more or less the same distance. I didn't, as you can see, so I can adjust that. So add surface. When I do add surface, a new mesh appears. I had here cross 5 times, so I'd actually, this opens down here as well, the same window. I don't want 5 subdivisions, so I just want to keep it to 1. And I want to click cyclic here again. I can't see it. For some reason this has to appear, because we have the color here, red. Had to appear red, but it's not, for some reason, not working. And I don't know why, but so there's another way if you want to see the different color. So, and for that, but before that, let me just adjust the offset. At the moment, offset is 0, so it is right on top of it. That's why you don't see it properly. So let's just put 0.01. Yeah, still, yeah. I mean, if I go to my X-ray, then I can see properly. So, but it seems to be sticking all right. Let me try 0.02. And maybe I'm going to keep that 0.02 so I can see better. And so I want to be able to see this better. So you can come here to your object properties and come down to viewport display. It says in front, just choose a color. I'm going to choose a kind of greenish color. I like that for Re-topology. And yeah, so that should be right. And also I'm going to click my X-ray to make it easier. I don't want that head so much present. So the next thing to do now, so that's my beginning, my starting point. I'm going to go to my loop tool, polybuild tool, and I'm just going to adjust. You might need to turn off so you can see a little bit better. You can see. I want to move this around, so I want to make it a little bit better size. Think about how the mesh is flowing. Okay. This one I want to do it there. Yeah, so I'm just adjusting here. Okay. That's my beginning, my starting point of the eye. And the next thing I'm going to do is to create a mirror modifier. But before that, I'm just going to carry on with this anyway a little bit more. I can select, I can do this, start with annotate again, and let's say add surface again. And I add that surface there because I just had 2 lines and it's not connecting to that. I can connect by using the poly tool, shift, just click here and grab and make sure it's attached. So yeah, so when you go over the top of the other one, it should connect. Okay, so you need to make sure they are connecting. It's always good to work with the annotate tool. It's in the right angle as well. So because if you want to get the wrong angle and draw the line, if I do it now, if I do this line like this, if you see when I turn around, it's just gone completely a different way. I didn't want to go there, so, but I add surface anyway and I create that. If I don't want that, I can deselect and just delete face. Okay, right, so the other way I want to, let me just first of all go back to object mode, and I'm going to create a modifier, which is the mirror modifier. First I need to check where my cursor is. So let's see, let's just do it this. If I add a modifier now, mirror, oh, he added it in the wrong place. That's because my cursor is not in the origin. So Control Z, and I'm going to go to Shift S, cursor to world origin. So my cursor is now in world origin, and I need to make sure that the center of my object is also the origin. So set origin to 3D cursor. I could say set origin to world origin, but here you go. So now if I add my modifier now and add a mirror, it's in the right place. Okay, don't forget to press clipping, and I think there is also the position you need to put on the top of, yeah, so the order you use all these modifiers is relevant. So now I put on the top shrink modifier afterwards, make sure the clipping is on, and now I like going back to my edit mode. I like to use my poly tool here, and so it's clipping in the middle now. And so there's other ways you can work. You can continue with the annotate tool, or you can just with the poly tool hold on a minute, sorry, just had a few problems. Just go on the top of, let's say if you are selecting if you're working with vertices, go on the top of this vertex and press F. Yeah, somehow it's kind of misbehaving for some reason. I don't know why. Let's just do, you can go on the top of, it looks like something is not quite right here. So something is not working properly. Let's have a look. So if I go back to object mode, let me just go here to turn on my back face culling. Oh, I see. If you do the back face, I know, I found out what the problem is. That's why I was misbehaving. I was not working the way I wanted. If that happens to you, I came here to my back face culling. So what that means is that you can see, I can see some of the green ones here and the green at the back. So that means that my normals are flipped. So I have to go to edit mode, go to my face selection, select all of them, and go to mesh, normals, recalculate outside. Now they should be, let's just see if I turn off my back face culling, they are now on top. Now if I go to my back face, the reason why I like using the back face culling turning on here is because then when I turn around, I know exactly which side I'm working on, which is the front. That's the front. So I press F here. Oh, sorry. Still not behaving the way I want for some reason. It looks like it's going to double something. Let me turn off. The one thing, if you don't want to see the mirror for now, you can turn off. There is something going on here. Yes, there is a face that's there. It shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be that. You shouldn't have that many problems that I'm having today. For some reason here, with something is going complete. I think my blender is actually got a little bit buggy now. You see, I'm trying to select that face and delete. Right. It seems that it seems to be my poly tool. Let me just turn off my X-ray for a moment and let me try again. So that is working okay. Let me just do that. Yeah, now it's okay. I think it's something to do with my, you see, I'm going to the top of it and I just drag. Yeah, so it's working okay now. And this one I press F. If you're going to the point and then you have two edges, then you can press F. And you can carry on. You can use the annotate tool again. I like the annotate tool to start with, and then I carry on with my normal way of doing things with my poly tool. So I can come here now. I have this edge, this edge. If I go on the top of the vertex, I press F, and then it creates another face there. Let's turn this on to see if that was the problem. Now it's working okay now. And I can't even bring my mirror back on, so I have to be careful because we want to connect in the middle. Okay. I will have to deal with this later. Okay, so if you want to create, let's say I turn this way around, I don't want to see that, so just turn this off because I don't want to see them. I'm working on this side. Before I carry on building more geometry, I would like just to get the loop, the edge loops, you know, around the mouth and around the nose. So I want to make sure that this is circular in the same way I did with the eyes. So let's continue this. I'm gonna use my polybuild tool, and let's see. In fact, I'm going to use more annotations. So, oh yes, it created a mirror there. So just turn on the mirror. So I'm just gonna go around the mouth here. And then add surface. Okay, and it's the other way around at the moment. So I select Shift L, Command L, sorry, and or Control L, and then I go to my mesh and normals flip. Okay. There is a problem here, which I can see. It's because for some reason, there is a little bug here with the annotation tool. So I'm just going to delete this, guys. Yeah, I don't know what's been happening. I don't know why it wasn't happening before. So if you have that, just delete or just use the loop tool. And I will turn on the mirror for now, because I just want to see. Okay, so with the loop tool, I'm just going to get it here, get it there. And also I'm going to add a loop cut here. Sorry. Okay, so now I carry on. Actually, I'm going to do like this. Very basic at the moment. As I said, I don't want to add too many details right now. So I'm going to add more geometry here, create new faces. So I'm just going on the top here. Something not quite right with my visualization here. It seems to be off center. My my loop cut. Okay. In my poly tool, not my loop cut. Here you go. You get the idea. Sorry, I was trying to work on the wrong side. Here you go. And I'm going to do the same thing here with my nose. Well, his nose. Okay. I can connect these two like this. And there you go. Okay, so I would then here, let's just add, I will add a loop cut in here. So mind you, be careful adding too many now at this point. Okay, so all right, okay. So starting to see how this is, where we're going. I mean, here is quite round and we haven't got enough geometry, so that's the reason why it shows this kind of going through. But you know, this is, as we said, we're just using this as a reference, this head. So, and I can continue here. And I do that. Carry on then. I'll carry on. I will accelerate the video at some point very soon. And but you can see where we're going. So I will accelerate the video now until I finish this bit, and then we can talk about building the rest of the head. Now let me just finish this here. So let's see here. I have here is a quad. If you just come back here, deselect the poly tool and come to. So if I select this one, this full one, and I press F, and then this is a quad. A lot of polygons. It's very untidy at the moment. As you can see, my lines all jagged, and I have, you know, I have to think about how I'm going to connect those two, and I also have to start thinking about the neck. So for now, I only have these polygons here, and we have a look at when we're going to need to deal with the neck. But for now, I want two things. I want to be able to maybe tidy up a little bit. During my accelerated video, I accidentally, instead of turning off my mirror modifier, I actually deleted. So I didn't want to put it again, so not to confuse anyone. So I'm just going to go to object mode here, and let me just turn off this. Now we can't see because it's the distance is 0, so it's right on the top of the other mesh. So what I'm going to do is just first thing first, I'm going to add my mirror modifier. Where's mirror? Here you go. And now I can continue those continue working with those points. As you can see, they're overlapping here, so I need to go back to my edit mode. It looks very messy, but it's not a problem here, so we just do this. Oops. Clipping. Don't forget the clipping. Yeah. So I'm just going to tie this up. You see, I've gone well over here. I mean, I don't want to add too many details now, because I know I have some of the polygons are much larger than the others, and we don't like that. We don't want that. But you know, I really don't want to add things until I actually need more polygons. Here you go, that one. See if this is all good here. Okay, and the other thing I can do, I can come here to select, press Alt Select, select the vertices, Alt Select, and you can come here. You see this line is very irregular, so you can come here and just improve a little bit by smoothing vertices. So it smooths the vertices out. Make sure the edges are okay. So I do the same one in this one, vertex, smooth. Yeah, I have to make some decisions here. Here I have a chord here on the top. I mean, this is where the hair is going to be. So all the things that you're not going to animate, like this bit, you're not going to see it. So then you can have where you put your triangles. I don't have my triangle. So if I just go to 3, I have to be thinking about the neck. And also I need to see what's going on here. But for now, let's just get this all adjusted. So I go to vertex, smooth, so you just get a better flow for the vertices. Sorry, I'm in the wrong place. There you go. And now I'm going to work on the ear. Very much in the same way. And then we're going to look at connecting, adding some more details and connecting to the head, right? So again, the ear I'm going to do pretty much the same way. Continue this bit. And I'll accelerate the video again, so you don't need to be watching me doing this all the time. I'm going to add here a little bit of an offset so you can see better. Right, and I can see here my ear's got some issues here, and it's probably because of my original sculpted version. Yeah, I can always adjust that later. I'm just trying to adjust a little bit more. So let's have a look. I put the image back there, and I'm just gonna look at the front, what we have. Let me turn off the cube for a while. And then let's go. See, I need to fix something here. Went completely wrong. Let me just put the cube. Be very careful when you start. Yeah, there you go. Put it back now. Don't worry about that. We're gonna. I mean, you can fix in yours, and I'll fix mine as soon as I finish, or the overall head. Looking at where things are. Yeah, turn on my X-ray. Yeah. So now let's have a look at number 3. And the side view, I mean, maybe here it's a little bit off, and the jaw as well. So I can come actually in my scope mode and make a very big brush and then move. No, not doing that. No, not very good idea. So I will actually move. Let's just bring back the cube. I'll finish first. I don't want to start touching now, but because I can actually select all this and with the G move a little bit, but still trying to attach to the other one. So let's just carry on with this is no good here. Here you go. Let's carry on with the neck. So in order to see the neck, let's have a look character. So we see that we need a hole in here. And if we go back to object mode, our neck and edit mode, we're going to need, if I press those, if I select those edges, Alt select here, I have 4 edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's probably what I'm going to need here for the head. So at this point here, let's have a look. So I'm going to have, go back here, edit mode. And I want to have, let's just get this open here, open there. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to need 1 here. So I'm just going to put this 0 again, so it's easier for me to see what I'm doing. And okay, so I'll bring that in, and here I just close this. Okay, so what we have here was very important. Let me just press G. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit on the ear. It's not very nice, the ear at the moment, so let me just go to my vertex mode and just adjust a little bit. So as I said, I'm just going to alt select that, and I'm going to go to vertex, smooth vertex, and the same as this one. Vertex, smooth vertex. It's looking a little bit better. And here it's a bit messy, so let me just adjust this. I don't like all these jagged lines, or jagged. Just tidy up a little bit. I'm not doing a realistic ear here, but we still want to keep it Nice. Yeah, okay. That would do for now. Okay. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do now, in order to connect to the head, sorry, to the body. So go back here. The body has a subdivision surface, yeah, and we have here at the top four different edges. So we want 4 different edges. But this, if I join the head with this, that's called subdivision surface applied, it will actually cause to add as many as will apply the same subdivision to the head. So what I'm going to do, I want first, because I don't want to add more than I need, so I need to go back to object mode, go here, and I'm going to add the subdivision surface for this head. So, and I'm not going to add more detail here, I'm just going to leave it at 1, and also I'm going to shade smooth. Now let's have a look. If we have 2, edit mode, if I add 2, I'll end up with 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, that works. So it's exactly the same as the other. Obviously I will need then to add a lot more detail on the head. So that's the head. Let's have a look first what it's looking like here. Right, okay, not too bad. And number 3. Okay, let's try to now. So the first thing, so they both have their subdivision surfaces, and I'm going then to join. So I'm going to select the head in object mode and select the body, and I will do join. So I join now. So they are in the same mesh. I had a problem here with the nose. It's because I said the order was relevant, wasn't it? So let's just go back here. Let's just put this subdivision at the top. Oh. So here I have another problem. Let's have a look. Edit mode. Yeah, so that one is not joined together. So I'm going to come here. I will sort this out later. Okay, so select this. Let's join them. Select the head, select this, and join. Okay, I end up with a hole in there. So if I go to edit mode now, I should be able to have 4 different edges here and 4 different edges there. So, and then I come here to edge, bridge edge loops, and it seems to be fine. We have now the basic head. Let's go back here. Perfect. Yeah, I still have a problem here with the nose. I'll sort this out. So it's because it's something to do with the order here. So if I just go back there, now it's not going to make any difference. It's been joined already. So just go in the edit mode. There you go. That's done. I would need to do a lot more work here anyway. So, right. Okay. So the other thing I want to do is I'm going to select that loop, Alt select the edge. And I am going to extrude and press Y because I want to extrude in Y, and I bring it in a little bit. Okay, and I probably now select again, just scale a little bit down. Yeah, okay. the other thing I want to do is let's have a look what I'm going to do with this one here. I think I will select those. I'll select those ones and I extrude again, and I'm extruding in Y, just press Y. So extrude in Y, and I'm going to scale down so it goes in, okay, and I'll select those edges as well and scale down in Z. So you have now the mouth. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look what is going on here compared to, let's have a look at our nose, and our nose in using the 3. Okay, so go to object mode again and select those, press G. Yeah, that's more like his nose. And I go here at the front. Okay. So we have our mesh now, our basic mesh. And we're going to look at adding some more details. Let me just fix his ears again. Not happy with his ears. So edit mode. Yeah. Okay.